Waking up at dawn, the tide is on my side. Shiny Parsun engine, ready for the ride. Built high and marine, you've got my back. Out on the water, I'm ready to attack. With my lines in the sea, the world fades away. The rhythm of the waves, just me and the spray. White and Paula, they're waiting down below. Family by my side, it's the life that I know. I'm the happy hooker, casting dreams from my boat, catching memories while I'm drifting and afloat. Whatever the weather, the sun or the rain, fishing's my passion, it washes away the pain. From the shore to the deep blue sea, family laughter echoes, it's paradise to me.
Subscribe! Afternoon folks, and welcome to the Happy Hooker YouTube channel. Today, it is afternoon. I've been to work this morning, priced a bit of stuff up, done what I needed to do, and now it's fishing time. I've come to a secret location on the Fylde coast. It's that secret that even the fish don't know where it is. No, I'm down at Rosshall. For anybody that knows the area, there is three, I don't know if you'll pick these up on camera, there is three yellow distinctive poo pipe markers that go out there. So I've gone just to the right of it, where I know that normally I come here on my boat, and when we anchor up here, there's a feature that we're pretty much guaranteed to catch cod off the boat. It's not a million miles offshore, so I don't think we'll actually reach the mark. But if they're in the hole, they might be around the hole, eh? If they're in it, they might be around it. So that'll do. Now, I've left my bloody camera stand in the van, and I am not walking all that way back up there to go and get it. Forget that. So we're just going to have to manage. I'm just going to have to prop it up on my box or something and get it up as high as I can. And I'm pretty sure that for today we'll manage. I've got two pentidal rods with me. Now on one of them, in fact I'm going to do it on both of them. I'm fishing for cod or nothing. It is that time of year. We've had the first frost this morning, so hopefully they might be on the way in. There has been the odd one that's been caught along here thus far this year, so it's worth a go. And this is a main cod hangout here. If anybody does want to know where this mark is, I can pinpoint it for them pretty much to the spot. Send you the coordinates, you can find your own way here, can't you? That's not a big deal. Today's bait, I've got 20 worms and a box of squid. Now let me just show you this, guys. What you've got to be really aware of on this Fylde coast is, I mean, I'm a little bit early, but when I've just walked across, not 5 minutes ago, this here, that puddle of water and this puddle of water were connected. So I know now there's 2 hours to low tide. So by that rule, I should be able to fish down here and follow it out until 2 hours after low. Now you'd like to think, but just to be safe, I'll probably only fish an hour and a half after low and then come back up here, because this water does rush in and that will get very deep very fast. And the last thing we want to be doing is getting cut off on the beach, innit? I better get on with some fishing and stop parroting, haven't I? See you in a bit! Right guys, that's the 2 rods lined up and ready to go, apart from this one needs a shock leader. Now the last time I tried to show you this, I made a right absolute pig's ear of it. I've got my trusty glasses with me this time, so we'll have another go at showing you. Now this is an ASOS shock leader, and it is, I will show you what it is. It's a tapered shock leader, and it's £18 to £70. Now the reason we use a shock leader is because I've got quite light line on the main reel. I think it's £25, might be £30. But rather than lose all my braid, we have a weak link in it, and that's what this is. It's the £15 weak link at the beginning of the shock leader, and then at the other end it's £70, which is to absorb the shock of the weight being flung out, and it just helps to prevent the crack-offs. And then when you do get snagged and you lose your tackle, you're only losing your shock leader. Well, that's the way it's supposed to work anyway. Right, without further ado, we've got braid in one hand, we've got a mono shock leader in the other. I'm going to cross the two lines over like this, about that far. I'm going to take it like this. I'm going to take a pinch there. So I've got the mono, I'm going to pinch the mono and the braid. I'm going to take the mono around and I'm going to push it round there 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, now I'm going to take the end of the mono, and as you can see I've got a little loop there. I hope you can see it, just trying to get my fingers out of the way, and I'm going to push that to the back end of that loop so that we end up with something looking like I'm nearly making a pig's ear of it again. So that we end up with something looking like that. Put a bit of man lube on, and then I can let go of this braid here, you see, then, and just get hold of the mono itself and pull tight. Get that back through that loop. There. Bit of man lube on. Try and keep your braid line straightish as you can through that loop. So pull tight until it tightens down into a knot. Like this, and then because I'm right-handed I will spin it all round. Right, so what we do is we take the braid, again, pinch it against the mono, go around 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Push the end through the back of the loop. It makes life easy when you do it right, doesn't it? Yeah, so we end up with something like this. Then get hold of the braid, pull the braid tight, plenty of man lube all along the line, and then pull the 2 knots together. And they will pull down onto each other like that. Now what I did last time, I showed you this on camera where I cut the wrong bloody end of the line and cut it off again. All we do is snip them both nice and tight. That's one done. Get that one in. They're not the best of scissors these, but they'll do. There we have it. One nice shock leader knot. Yep, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All we do then is just reel that onto the, wind it up, reel it onto the main line. Easy as that. I'll turn around this way so I'm not hitting that rod. Pull that out of my pocket. So what I'll do is I'll throw the shock leader reel on the spool on the floor and let it dance till I get to the end of it. Reel it on, nice and easy. As you'll see, it is coming up the, filling the spool up now, and that's it. We're at the end of it already. When you get to the end of it, see myself in face now. It'll be on a sticker like that. Just simply, easy peasily, pull it out. That is it. And then your next shock leader is there. How many's on that? There is 5 on there. Now, like I said, they're a little bit on the expensive side, but you can buy cheaper ones. But I find these quite a decent one, so I don't mind paying that extra couple of quid to get them. But you don't have to pay 12 quid for shock leaders. You can pay a lot less. Ooh, where's the water gone? Someone nicked the water! Somebody nicked the water! It's running away from me! Right, I better get set up. In fact, while you're there, I'll set up while I've got you there. Let's have a look. What did I say we're using? Pulley panels. Move that rod there. Is that a camera shot? I mean, that camera's not going to be there while I'm fishing in a bit. It's going to be somewhere else. I've just gone and got, simply bought 2 shot boats. 5/0 to a 3/0 2 hook pulley pennel. And the way a pulley pennel works is, should be a clip on that somewhere. The way a pulley pennel works is, when I've undone it, let's see if I can get this into a big tangle. Can always get them undone dead easy. You'd like to think so, wouldn't you? The way a pulley pennel works, when I undo it, is that it? Is it undone? I've got one more up. Pain in the butt. It's the only problem with rigs in it, they do. Is that it? Is that it? Have we done it? Doesn't look like it to me. Bring you back in a minute. In fact, I'll just leave you there. This is real fishing. What the blooming heck's just happened there? Right, that's that. Where's the end of the rig? There's... I know what's going to happen with this in a second. If Tommy were here now, he'd be giggling at me because he knows full well that in my mind that's getting screwed up in a ball and thrown in the bucket. I can't be bothered untangling that. Oh, don't you just love rigs? Right, are we out? No, we're not. Oh my goodness. Stay to that! Blooming heck. By the time I've undone this, the tide will have turned and be on its way back in. Which wasn't the idea of the... Oh, for crying out loud. La, 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 la. What the bloody hell's going on here? Whoever's wrapped this needs to come along here and show me how to undo that. Look at the pissing state of that. This is fishing, guys. Right, that's one loop off. Let's try and get them hooks back together. I think it's going to get about another 10 seconds of me messing with it, and that's it. This one's getting cobbed. I don't care how much it costs. It's not doing my head. Way up, hey up, hey up. We're getting somewhere. Ta-da! Nearly. Now that is the way that a pulley pennel works. Absolutely fantastic. I hope you're all sat. I hope nobody's laughing at me. Right. Oh, I bloody haven't done that now. It's got a knot in it. Come out fishing and de-stress, eh? Right, we're ready. The way a pulley pennel works. In fact, I'm going to tie it on first and then show you how a pulley pennel works. Get off me. All I'll do to tie my rigs on is, I'll show you where it's all tied on and stuff in a minute. That just did my absolute cabbage in that. Do I edit that out or do I leave it in? I think we'll leave that in. That could be quite, that's quite amusing, that, isn't it? What can you see at the top of my head? Right, we're tied on. Let me just tighten up a bit and then I can get a weight on and stuff. I don't think you need massive weights here. Tighten this up and then Why are you not tightening? Tighten up. Tighten up, that's why you're not tightening, because you're stuck on something. There we go. Right. We're getting somewhere. I'll just get a weight out. I've got another one of them rigs to put on yet. And that is, I think it's a 5 or a 6 ounce lead. Like I say, you don't need massive weights here. It's only a small tide. Right. Now then, we'll start again. The way a pulley pennel works is... Wind that up a bit more. There we go. The way that a pulley pennel works. Right. So at the business end, we have 2 hooks. I think it said it was a size 5 hose and a size 3 hose. Now what I'll do is I will attach my squid and worm to that one. Bait elastic it on, which I've left in the bloody van. Well, yeah, so we'll get our squid and worm. I'm sure I've got some more somewhere. This could be an absolute disaster, this. I hope I've not left that in the van. I hate not fishing next to the van. It's brilliant. Right, squid and worm on there, and then I wrap that round there 3 times, hook it into the back of it, and you end up with a bait like this. When the fish go, and then you clip that onto the bottom of the weight clip, keeps it all nice and streamlined for when you're casting out, and as it hits the bottom, it pings off. If you get a fish on and it's quite snaggy, the idea is that the fish stays on the hook, and as it pulls the weight up level with your line like that, so that that weight is then up and away from the snags, and you're just playing with your fish that are close down at the bottom. That's the way they're supposed to work. Whether they're going to work like that or not is another question. Have I brought the bait elastic? I have no idea. Have I got any bait elastic? I've got no idea. If not, it looks like I'm going to be struggling a bit, but not to worry. I won't be deterred. I will carry on. Let's get on with it. Well, the good news is I have left the bait elastic in the van. But not to worry, not all is lost. Them hooks are big enough to handle doing what I'm going to do. Instead of what I would normally do is I would wrap the squid and the worm together. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the head out of the squid, which I have done on that one. Leaves it a nice open tube there. So I'm going to stuff a couple of worms in that, and we'll manage. We'll make do amend, won't we? Now, I said about swimmers. What swimmers are is they are yellowtails, which are a lugworm, but they're alive. So they're all full of juice. Look, like that, whereas when you buy them at the shop and they're all wrapped in paper, it's when they've been gutted. So all I'm going to do with that now is stuff it in there. Get in, you little wormy fiend. And these are called yellowtails because if you look at my fingers now, look at all that yellow dye that comes out of them. So that should be a la carte to a cod. So that's stuffed inside there. 1 worm, 1 full squid. All I'm going to do is I'm going to take the hooks of my pennel rig. Oh, I got the second one out nice and easy. What's on stuff? Bloody Stinky's eyeing up that squid. He's itching to get off. He stood right behind the camera. Get off, leaning on the box, licking the squid. Move! You're not having it. I wish you could see what he's doing. Right, all I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the top of the squid, where the hole is, and I'm going to work my hook all the way down it and through. And I'm going to do that all the way down. All that lovely worm juice is popping out now. The worm tails fell out, which I'm not over bothered about. And then I'm going to go through the bottom of it with the hook, leave the hook point nice and showing. Top hook, wrap it around once, twice, 3 times. I will zoom in on the camera, push it back through the squid, and then just give it a little pull, and that should hold it all tight. Now, like I said, ideally that'd be bound on with bait elastic. I'll come and show you what the final result is. You're not going to be impressed. See, but on the boat, that'd be absolutely acceptable, because you're not casting it. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen when I cast this. It could all just come flying off, or it could stay where it is. Hopefully, because it's a panel rig and I can clip it down and it'll keep it streamlined, it won't just all fly off when I cast out. So there we go. We're hooked on now. Going to give it I'm going to walk out as far as I can, because it's not over deep. Anywhere on this file course is not over deep. I'll probably walk out to my knees and then I'll give it a pingo. I'm not going to go too hard with it. I'm hoping that microphone's still, you're still hearing me. That'll do. And we'll give that and that, my friends, actually stayed on the hook. I could see it when it landed. I'll do the same with the other one. And hopefully it'll not be long before we're singing that song. Bingust of Bongust of Boo. What a fine lovely day it is. Right, get another one set up and do the same again. I'll bring you back in a minute. Well, I'm about 10 minutes in, guys, and the rods have not moved. The water's gone about 30 yard away from me now. 20 to 30 yard away from me now. It could possibly be time to reel it in and cast it back out again. We'll leave it a bit longer yet though. Let that aroma get whizzing around in that water, eh? All the sweaty squid juice and the sweaty worms. Should be nice. I have noticed out towards the big yellow sticky up poo pipes that a lot of bird activity. If I were on a boat, I'd be heading straight at them now, because there's something going on out there and I can't get to it because I've not brought a boat. I'm sure there'll be some action soon. Well, we've had a move down the beach. I have had both rods in. The first one had been snipped open off the crabs and the worm had been took out of it. The second one come back clean bare hook. So I've walked as far out as I can this time and give it a proper good old pingo. See if we can just get past the crabs. I've not seen any indications on the rod yet at all. I'll tell you what is interesting. Stinky just knocked me live worms over, and I didn't think he's being sick now because he's been eating raw squid. He's a twit, he does it every time. Loves the taste of it, then spews it back up. He knocked me worms over, and when I came to pick them up, there were 5 on the floor. I picked 3 of them up straight away. I went to pick the other 2 up. They buried themselves back in sand again. Couldn't get them back. I didn't think they'd do that. They're quite interesting to see, actually. Or is that just me being a bit weird? Come on, fishes! Let's have some bingust of bong. Just look at this, guys. I've just put one of them worms on the floor. Just to watch how they do it. Look at it just burying itself back in sand. I don't mind wasting a worm. Just goes to show, doesn't it? They are actually a proper live worm that will bury itself away. Don't worry, I am keeping my eye on them rods, not that they're moving anyway. Look at that. And there it goes. Freedom! Here's Stinky now. Finish being sick now, lad. Sorry guys, I just find that sort of thing fascinating. Get off, don't you eat dirt. There you go, he's having a good old berry now. Let's get him back before he disappears. Let's see how far he got. See, look at that. He got in that far in that amount of time. It thought it were escaping, but no it weren't. At 45 or 50 pence each, however much they are, it's not escaping. Just had a bit of excitement, guys. The left-hand rod just went absolute bang, wallop, one big bite. I looked up and the bird had just flown through the line. I think that's what it were anyway. Two small birds were flying across the surface of the water a bit further out. Must have hit the line on its way past. Oh, never mind. Well, there's still nothing happening, guys. I've got about another hour to high tide. I'm just looking on my navionics where I am, if I'm in the right spot. Now I am that little red arrow there. I know it's hard to see on a red background, but that's me. And that there is where we anchor up when we're fishing for the cod on the boat, in that little, I'm not going to tell you what I call it, what it looks like, but that's where we anchor up in there. So I am pretty much opposite it, but a million miles off it, and there's nowhere on this world I can cast from there to there. But like I said, if they're in that little hole, then hopefully they'll be dotted around the hole. There's only one way to find out, isn't there? They're both, actually, I've only had one rod back in at the minute. I haven't had this left-hand rod back in again yet. I have just moved down the beach, so it's moved down the beach. I brought the green rod back in. There was still some squid left on it, nothing else, so I've just rebaited that, sent that back out. I have left the left-hand rod, the purple rod, I have left that out. I've not bothered bringing it back in. I will do very, very shortly, and just see if it's been crabbed to death, because there's no point leaving it out there. There's no bait on it, is there? So I've got another hour to low, and then I'll fish it up, probably an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I think I should be safe at that, and see how we get on. So 4 o'clock, so it's going to be cracking on dark by the time I get off this beach, isn't it? Which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad. What I'll do is I'll probably fish till I can't see the rods anymore. As long as it's safe and that water isn't coming in behind me, I'll be all right. We can only try, can't we? And then if I've got any bait left, what I might do is I might just whip up to Gimwall and fish the top of the tide. I think high tide. What time's high tide? High tide is at Blackpool. High tide will be 9:21 tonight, so by the time I leave here, sort of 5 o'clock-ish, half 5, drive over to Gimwall, it'll be absolute ideal, perfect time. That sounds like a plan, doesn't it? I'll get 2 fishing trips in one day. Still nothing happening, guys. But you know something, I don't particularly care. I'm out here, me and my dog, enjoying this nice, crisp, fresh, sunny air. Doesn't matter. Told you it was that secret, even the fish didn't know where it were. I do hear tell of a few cod being caught here and there on the northwest coast, so we'll see. Could be that it's a bit calm. It could be anything, couldn't it? I'm pretty sure. I wonder what. Sorry guys, I just noticed a big shadow at the side of me, about 200 yards away. There's a bloke with a big prawn net walking about in the water, and I couldn't quite see what it was with the sun in my eyes. I thought it was a monster from the deep lagoon. It's just nice to be out. Not been out all weekend, so here we go. Nice and peaceful. A fish would be nice, don't get me wrong. But it doesn't happen, does it? I'll still show you this video. It's just peaceful and it sorts your head out, guys. Just It's good for your mental health, just to get out, get away from the world and relax for a little bit. Let it all just carry on around you. Right, I think the tide is finally at its lowest point. I think it's just starting to turn and come back in. I know I've not got much daylight left. That sun's dropping at a rad massive. Have a look at that. I'm going to get a beautiful sunset here. That's lovely, that, isn't it? See, this is what we like. We'd like it even more if that rod tip would go bing bong boo, wouldn't we? But if they're not there, you can't catch them, can you? It's as easy as that. I could have possibly caught fish if I'd have tried worm baits on their own smaller hooks and stuff, but I've not had any nicks, knocks, nothing. So there's not even any peckers pecking at the bait, as far as I've seen anyway. It is what it is. It is what it is. I mean, what else would I have been doing this afternoon? I'd have been either working or sat on the couch watching crap on telly. One of the two, wouldn't it? I do enjoy this time of year. It is getting cold now, that sun's dropping down. It's starting to get a bit on the chilly McWilly side. And guess where my coat is? I can't stay into darkness anyway. I've got no lights with me, no headlight. I didn't realise it was going to go dark this early, to be honest. Not been paying much attention to what time the dark comes and so on and so forth. All I'm going to do is I'll probably wait till that water gets back up to the rods. See how we are for daylight, because I don't want to be stuck down here in the dark trying to pack up, not being able to see what I'm doing. That's how you end up losing kit. And then I might nip home, do a grand changing of the dog ceremony, and that'll be that. Go fishing somewhere else if I'm not too bloody cold. Go fish. What I'll do is, if I fish the Ginwall in a bit, what I will do is I will fish with worm baits on one rod, and I will fish with squid and worm on the other rods. You know, like a big bait, and just to see if there's anything there knocking about. You never know, do you? You never know. That's the beauty of sea fishing. You never know what's coming out of there. It's not like puddle fishing where you're pretty much guaranteed nowadays anyway to be catching carp, barbel, carp, barbel, carp, roach carp, and the odd bream. It's a bit of an unknown at sea, innit? You could chuck out any bait you want out there, and you're not guaranteed to catch a certain fish. It could be anything that comes up, and I think that's what attracts me to it more than anything. Just that not knowing what you're going to be actually catching. I'll shut up rabbiting here and get on with the fishing. Right, that's it. I've had enough. The sun's nearly down now. I know it always looks a lot lighter on film than it actually is here. I am losing daylight, and like I've already said, I don't want to be packing up in the dark, so I'm going to start my packing up process now, and I'll move on to the next venue. I might grab a sandwich on my way past my house, because I've got to go past it to get to the other place. If you do like the things that I do, please do press that like button, the subscribe button, the notification bell, the new hype feature. Make sure if you're watching on a mobile, scroll across on the comments and press the hype button. Spread this channel as far and wide as we can. I mean, it's just my personal opinion, but mine's the best channel out there. Bar none. And until later on, ta-da for now. Subscribe.